What's up, everyone? On a day like today, when we have some big moves in the market, there's a lot of money to be made, but a win is a win. I will get into this a little bit more as we get into my trade, but let's just have a look and see what I was seeing when I got to the desk this morning and kind of where I was leaning. So coming into the desk today, we had this Monday move down on this tariff news, the move straight back up on the Mexico pause. And then we get a push straight back up and we get some action in here later on in the day as Trump is on the phone with Trudeau, and now Canada has paused their tariffs also that the US was imposing on Canada has been paused for 1 month. So coming into the overnight, after we get this big move up yesterday, we came into the Monday overnight session, and as you can see, price just started to pull back. We were under the start of day VWAP for majority of the session, but price still failed to come back down to the 6,000 level, which was a very interesting level, and I think is something we need to keep an eye on. So to me, as we come back over the start of day VWAP, we held the New York VWAP, which is this yellow line. We held that nicely into the overnight and the all-time VWAP, all-time high VWAP. So coming into the morning, price gets above finally the start of day VWAP, and then we come into market open here. And I was looking at a few different things. And as market opens, we get this, push here. We hold the start of day VWAP, and we take the New York VWAP. I'm interested. I'm looking for a long. I actually get into a trade right here. I'll get into that quickly. Now, the trade itself was, a lower probability trade as I was trading middle of the range. But since I was getting in mid candle, I kind of, shot myself in the foot a little bit and got myself a bit of a higher price. So, I should have got in down here on the candle open off the New York VWAP. Instead, I got in up here later on. So I was long 5 micros, back to my usual sizing. I'm looking at orders at 60.50, and I'm looking just basically, let's take the top of the range. And we have news coming in at 10 a.m. So I'm looking to close the trade before the news comes in. We get this move up. We take the top of the range. We trickle around up here. At 9:59, I decide to close the trade. News is coming in at 10. Price could go either way. I took $190 out of the trade on my XFA and one combine. Now, for me, this is where the whole conversation of a win is a win comes in. I had a plan. I stuck to my plan. I took profits aggressively. I was happy with the outcome of the trade. I was looking on this trade to get $200. That was kind of my goal. 200, 250 was the idea. And later on, as we size up, this number will get bigger, but that will take time. So I'm happy with closing the trade. As you can see, clearly the news came in and price pushed higher. It actually pushed a lot higher, 30 points higher. I was not upset at all. This just as easily could have flipped on me. I could have went into drawdown, and you know what? Worst case scenario, even got stopped out as previous day VWAP is down here, and I could see price pulling all the way back down here before it found any kind of support. So at the end of the day, a win is a win, and I just wanted to get that point across. Now, one other thing I wanted to actually talk about, something I was looking at this morning and somebody had mentioned in the BSE, it was actually Zach, was that coming into the morning, he was looking on NQ, and NQ was trading at its point of control. And his line in the sand would be, if we got above the point of control, he'd be long. If we got below it, he'd be short. As you can see here, when ES eventually takes its point of control is when we get this big move up. So it's something I'm really keeping an eye on. And then as we got up, we held its value area high as we got a pullback, holds the New York VWAP in the value area high, and then pushes back up again. So later in the day, I was still at the desk for a bit. I was looking up here to get in a trade, but we didn't get a pullback. By the time we got this pullback here, I was off the desk, but I initially would have started looking for a trade here, but we really have no structure behind us. I'd have to put the stop down here somewhere. So for me, the ideal entry would be this bounce off the New York VWAP, because now you have structure below you. We've set a low in, now a higher low. We have an idea where price could pull back to anything below this. We wouldn't want to be in the trade. So we could set up a good stop, and I would come in something like, something like that. And you would see there was orders sitting there at 60.60 and 60.70 on Bookmap that got filled. It took a little bit of time. Some people in the group, or some people that we trade with actually, had got in here and either got stopped out or had to sit in this drawdown, which is, if you're willing to take the heat, sure. But like I said, there was no structure behind us here to kind of base our stop on. So to me, this would have been a great entry later in the day. I wasn't at the desk. I missed the move, but you know what? You can't catch them all. So yeah, that's basically it. And you know, I'm up 190 bucks. And where are we on the week? We got 2 wins. I've just took 1 trade yesterday, 1 trade today. So we're up almost $400 on the week. It's a great start, and looking forward to the rest of the days ahead. So stay tuned, click that subscribe button, and yeah, follow along, and you know, any comments would be appreciated. Thank you.